Hello, my crafty friends. How you doing? This is Crafting with Lacricia coming at you with yet another video. I know, it's been a while. How you doing? Where have I been? I've been sick. How are you? Eh. Oh, seriously, though, I do still have a bit of a cough. I have a drink with me. It's afternoon here in Missouri. I'm still not waking up thanks to all the medicines. So I'm working on me an iced coffee. So, yeah. I have a little bit left in the fridge if you'd like some. I think there's some tea and sugar-free Kool-Aid in there. Knock yourself out. Go get you something to wet the whistle. Because this is going to be a whipping chat, and I've got some stories since it hadn't been about 2 or 3 weeks since I have been done a video. And, yeah, I thought I'd sit here and talk to you a little bit. It's been crazy here at the house. I've been a lot dizzy. I've been sick. Man, I got this cold that's going around, and let me tell you, it's just... Oh, it hangs on like a pit bull. This is going to be my one service announcement. Get ready for flu and cold season, okay? Whatever medicines you like to use when you get sick, make sure you have some in the shelving. Whatever shelving you have, whether it's a medicine chest, a pantry, the kitchen, the cupboard, wherever you put your stuff, okay? Make sure you got plenty of medicines. Make sure you're stocked up on stuff to eat. You know, easy meals that you can make, because let me tell you, not only is it October, which means Croctober, which, you know, means we're trying new Croctober recipes. And, well, trying to. I haven't really felt like I printed off about 20 of them, but that crock pot has been my best friend since I haven't been feeling perky. And let me tell you, it helps. That and the Instant Pot. I'm finally figuring out the Instant Pot. So, yay. Now all I need is the air fryer. Oh, but anyway, seriously, get stocked up, because they say this winter is going to be brutal. They say, at least was in Missouri. I don't know where you're at, but in Missouri they say it's going to be a very bad, harsh winter. And, you know, just do the smart thing and stock up on a few things, okay? Okay. What have I been? Well, 3 weeks ago almost, I was puppy sitting. Now, I got sick, like, right after I got back from puppy sitting. No, it wasn't from my friends making me sick, because they weren't home when they were on their way home. They weren't quite home yet when they told me to go ahead and go home. They were still about an hour or so out. So, they're like, hey, the dogs will be fine. You know, we're on our way. It's all good. You know, they've done that before, so it's no big deal. So, yeah, I was puppy sitting. No, they were not the ones that made me sick. Oh, okay, goodness. Before I get started with the stories, let me tell you what I'm working on. Where did I just put that sticker? There it is. Okay. This is my painting I'm working on. I'm still working on my trick-or-treat house. You are zoomed in on the top right corner right here of the sky, and then you see these 3 purple squares. I'm actually doing this for the Wickedly Witchy, but it's fixing to wrap up after November, and then Season of Spangler is coming right behind it, and I'm gonna hopefully by then I'll get to the house. The sky is forever. But anyway, this is what I'm working on. Trick or Treat House by Randall Spangler. We are up in the top right corner. Hopefully we are right there, right past the moon. We're going that away, so hopefully we'll see the moon here in a little bit. Okay, I know it's trying to adjust. Hold it still, Lacricia, we can't see. But that's the house I'm working on. I don't know if I'll ever get this big thing finished, but that's the painting I'm working on at the moment. My diamond drill tray is from OGK. OGK, it's one of the ones from Heather. This is the, I think this is the owl one, because the cat one's right there. My messy desk, I need to redo some stuff. I need to clean house. But anyway, this was the owl. I misplaced the top part of the owl, but that's the owl. It's the bottom of the owl tray. I only use the bottom of it really anyway. So that's the tray I'm using. My pen of choice today is my tie-dye blue one from Lady Lathe over there from Vicky. She makes all my pens anymore. Ever since I've found her and tried one of her pens, oh my god, she makes my pens. Okay, she Yeah, she makes my pins. She's my pin maker. My putty of choice today is something from Putty Crocker. It is pumpkin spice mocha. I'm in the fall vibe, okay? I'm in the fall vibe, so it's pumpkin spice mocha. And of course, my drills, you'll see these little boxes. These are Harbor Freights. Yes, I still have my Harbor Freights. No, not going to apologize for it. Eventually, I'll have to fix, get something else. But today is not that day. So this is kit up into Harbor Freights. So you'll see little Harbor Freight boxes, as I do drills. So I think that's pretty much it. The Wickedly Witchy papers, these are from Bee's Crafty Corners over there on Etsy. Like I said, this is for an event. She has plenty of fall and Halloween papers if you're in need of some. And she's got 20 million papers, okay? But that's where I get my release papers from. Only place I get my release papers from. Once you find a good product, you really stick with that product and that company that makes said good product. Leastwise, I do. I know where to get pins. I know where to get... I've got a couple putty places. I've got my release papers. I've got my magnet. It's a little, like a fall coffee drink. It's from Galloway Minders. Again, one of my go-tos. I have my go-to shops, y'all. But anyway, let's get started and let's get talking about the stories because it's been a couple weeks. Let me grab a sip and shut up for a minute and you can tell me how you're doing. What are you working on? Have you had this nasty cold? Because, man, let me tell you, horrible. So, what you working on? What's your holiday plans like? What's your week plans like? Because, I'm nosy like that. It's craft fair season. Have you been to any? Any good ones? I've been to a couple. I went to the one in, what is that? Marionville? No, Mount Vernon. With, oh, shoot. Dropped my train of thought. I went to the Mount Vernon Apple Festival. That's it. Apple Butter Making Days Festival. That's the one with a long name, okay? Apple Butter Making Days Festival. Yes. No, I did not buy my apple butter there. I have a place in Arkansas that I prefer their apple butter. Yeah. So maybe, and I'm going home this week, Thursday and Friday. I'm going to have to text them and see if they're open and where I can get me some more apple butter from home. Because, man, that stuff's good. Have any of you used the House of Webster? They have a shop. Now, I don't know if it's a local shop or just a pop-up place, but there's a place in I'm just going to tell you, it's in Rogers, Arkansas, going down the highway. It's over on your left. And, they have the best jams, jellies, preserves, apple butter, peach butter, cinnamon butter, which is really good too. I might have to get me a jug of that, or a jar of that. But it's just a place where I get my low sugar jams and jellies, and well, they call it fruit spreads, but they also have the apple butter that's like a low sugar, sugar-free version too. And that's been my go-to for my jams and jelly. I need to stock up before winter hits, and it's like mid-October now. I need to stop back by on my way back home. And I get my paycheck tomorrow, so yeah. Me seeing a shopping spree tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow is Thursday. Today is Wednesday, technically. And tomorrow's Thursday. I will be out of the house Thursday and Friday. I am going to the craft fair, y'all. I'm gonna go down to War Eagle. I'm gonna go see my buddy Rick and his wife Tina, and hopefully Cheryl Baker, if she's there. Who's the other one I ran into last time I was there? It was Cheryl Baker and another one I ran into. But I forget who it was. The third one was. Oh my gosh, my memory, y'all. My memory is horrible. But anyway, I'm going to go to the War Eagle Craft Fair and see my buddy. See who else I can find and pester. And see what goodies I can come back with. and enjoy the day. Have some fair food. Maybe get a corn dog. Maybe get a homemade root beer. Oh, possibilities are endless. They really are truly endless. Yum. I'm drooling just thinking about the homemade vanilla root beer. Oh. Oh, please let the root beer people be there tomorrow. But anyway, so that's what I'm gearing up to do. And also, I've been volunteering on Saturdays at the library here in a nearby town. And I've been enjoying that. So I'm kind of getting drafted by the library. I'm fixing to join up with the what is it, Friends of the Library uh, membership type thing. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the splurge and do it. Because I just love the library so much. And it's a wonderful environment. It's, you can go there for free. You can look at books. You can borrow movies. You can use their computers. You can do any of the number of activities that they have scheduled for whatever day. You look on their calendar online and look at their calendar and see what they got coming up. And they have tons of stuff for kids, for adults, different programs for different ages. It's wonderful. Like earlier, was it last month? September. Yeah, September. It was September when I went to the library for the tea party and gave away Bookworm. Yeah, that was last month. And had a grand time. Introduced people to diamond painting. Henceforth, now why I'm volunteering. Because, everyone now wants to diamond paint and wants to learn about it. They're like, ooh, sparkly. We want to do this hobby. What is this grand hobby? It's been around for years, but, maybe it's new to my neck of the wood. We are hillbillies over here. We don't get out much, but, so, yeah, I will be, in February of 2026, I just scheduled it with my librarian buddy, and confirmed that I will be doing, my first one is going to be small, but it's going to be, I'm going to be doing bookmarks, since it's a library, and it will be in the shape of the heart, since we're in the month, it'll be in the month of February for Valentine's Day. It's these little heart pages that you put on the corner of the book page that you're reading, and, that way you can find your place. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for the library. It's kind of funny because the woman that wanted me to do a class for her, I don't really talk to that much. And she wanted me to do a class for the kids, and I do have stuff for the kids to do, and yet the one that got back to me was the lady that does the adult programming. And I'm like, wow. And she was kind of put out because she heard that I was going to volunteer and be for the kids. And she's like, wait a minute, she's in my 2 book clubs. I get dibs on her. And then she schedules first before the other lady. So it's like, oh my gosh, y'all, you're fighting over me. Thank you. Makes me feel special. But don't worry, I have a program planned for the kids too. They're going to do the Peanuts little stickers. That's what I got for them to do. So hopefully we get that scheduled soon. For the kids. So yeah, that's what I got planned, helping out at the library. Also this month, while we're talking about library, not this weekend, but next weekend, we're having a cold case, an author coming in, but she specializes, her book genre is true crime, and she is a local. She lives in, I want to say they're in Aurora. It might be Republic, but here in Southwest Missouri she lives. But she will be coming. I forget her name, but she's coming and she's going to be talking about her genre of books, which is the true crime cold case files, and the couple books that she's written. And so my book for the month that I have to look for one of my book clubs is going to be called Justice Delayed. And it's a cold case book, or cold based on a cold case, meaning a case. Now I don't know exactly what a cold case is. It's a case, an active case that has gone. They don't have any more leads. They haven't figured out who done it. Um, they just, I don't know if they have a time set limit or they just move on to other stuff. I don't know how crime works that way. I mean, I know there's enough crime in the world that they probably just, if they don't have enough leads and whatnot, they probably just go on to the next thing that they can solve. But yeah, so I'm not sure exactly, and it's not really my genre of book to read, but it's intriguing because I like. I mean, I wouldn't say I like true crime, but it really kind of bothers me to read it. But thinking of all these horrible things that someone has done to someone, but there's that. But that is going to be a new book that I'm going to read for my book club. Now that is for my. I think she said that was the inspirational book. And then the one about tea for the elephants. Hang on. I wrote this down when she was talking to me this morning. Tea with Elephants is the cooking one. So that's the Baker's book club. Because she said that we're going to be doing tea and banana bread for that one. So yum. Apparently the book is called Tea with Elephants. Okay, it's by Robin Gunn. And apparently has recipes for banana bread and of course tea, and so we're gonna do tea and banana bread for that book club. So yay! Some of the other books I want to tell you about. One other book, and then I'll get off the library topic. Okay, I promise. One more book if you're into monsters. This was the last book, Baker's book. It's called Man of Shadows and Mist by Michelle Greep. It is her version of Dracula versus the COVID virus, okay? Read the book. It is set over there in England, I think. But go read the book. It's very interesting. It's usually not my genre since it has monsters and stuff in it. But, it's really cool to read. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but again, it's Man of Shadows and Mist by Michelle Greep. It's kind of a Dracula virus vampire COVID book. It's a weird twist on the COVID and vampirism, and it's just weird. Okay, again, usually not my genre, but that was for this month of Halloween, and October is Halloween, so the book club is spreading its wings a little bit. I don't know. Oh, but yeah. Okay, is there any more of that symbol? I don't think so. I need the blue dot. Not the blue dot, the one with the dot in the corner. Everyone says it's the dot going to the bathroom. I don't like that thought of a dot going to the bathroom, so I just put it dot in corner. Oh, so let me get some of the blue, and I will be able to move into this new section and unveil hopefully the Witch in the Moon. Hopefully it should be right there. Oh goodness, my energy is already wearing out, y'all. It's been rough, and I've got the next 2 or 3 days booked. Y'all, I wish I had the energy I had when I was 25. Oh, I wish. I'm back here. Okay. Dot in the corner. Here we go. So anyway, that's the library news. What is some other stuff that I'm working on? You might want me to talk about projects. You see this one I'm working on. Hang on, let me get a sip of coffee. And I'm taking forever. I swear I'm taking forever. But yeah, but because whenever I was sick, I didn't feel like even diamond painting. You know you're bad when you don't feel like even reading a book. So I wasn't able to keep up with the book. I didn't finish the book. I mean, I did finish the vampire one, which was interesting. Usually not my forte, but I didn't get to go to the meeting because I was still sick. And I didn't want to make everyone, I try to be a bit respectful when I go somewhere, and if I'm sick, try not to go unless it's like to the doctor, which I went to the doctor, and yeah, they told me, hey, we'll do a COVID test on you. I'm like, it's not COVID. So they did a COVID and a flu test all in the same thing, swab, yeah, and it was neither flu or COVID. It was just a bad cold. So, yes, I did go to the doctor. Yes, I did. I mean, I didn't really get any special medicine. He just told me it was a bad cold, that the test results came back, and it's just a bad, of course, it was instant. They knew right then that it was just a really bad cold, so he's like, go home, get you some cold medicine, stay hydrated, and just take it easy for a couple days. You'll be fine. 3 weeks later, still having the same symptoms, and I'm like, dude. He's like, okay, go get some more cold medicine, and I'm like, I was kind of irritated with his office. I really, truly was. I was like, man, I want to be over this stuff. I don't want to be sick. And I still haven't got my flu shot yet, so I thought maybe it was the flu. He's like, no, I tested for the flu when you were in here. It wasn't the flu. I'm like, okay, great. 45. Sorry, I'm putting my boxes back and getting more color. 41 goes right there. 42 goes right there. Okay. Yes, I know. I put them in order. Symbol page. Woohoo! I get to see the moon. See? Oh, you can't see. Hang on. Is it up that way? It's. You can't see. I got this box in mind. See? Moon. Hee. Yay. Alright, let me find some more colors here. What do we have? We have yellow star. That's that one. And that one right beside was the 2 dots. The 3 triangles. Is that 3 dots or 3 triangles? 3 dots. Okay, it's that one. And the bacon symbol. That's enough color before I get too confused. Do I have equal? No, I don't have equal in there. This was, I don't think I did. Let me get a blue. Arrow. Blue arrow. Okay. Alright, that's enough color before I get them really confused. See? Witch! I do have a witch. It's a very small witch, but I do have a witch. Wickedly witchy. Haha. Yay. Oh, but anyway. So anyway, I'm glad to be getting better. Man, it's a rough road. Rough road. Oh. And like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be going to craft fairs and festivals. What else have I been doing? Oh yes, okay. Projects. You know what this one is. You know what my Mystery Mania is. It's over on the work table. I need to do another video on what is on my work table for October going into the holidays. Because I sure as heck won't get this done. Yeah. That's about it. I think. Oh, no, I have a couple more stories. I have notes, y'all. That does not mean I'm going by the notes. But I have notes. In the backyard, we have a new pet. Yes, we now have a barred owl living in our tree. Yep. And we have like 4 trees in the backyard. She's in the very back one back there by the shed in the back 40. And she's been killing my squirrels and leaving them all over the yard and their what she doesn't eat all over the yard. And so, of course, my dogs hang on. Okay. Wait, I see a tail. Okay, I can't talk about that one because she's behind my chair. My girl dog, you know who, that's behind me, over behind me. Um, she loves squirrels, okay? She loves to terrorize the squirrels. And she's been having a harder time finding said squirrels because the owl has been eating her squirrels. And she's mad at the owl. Hey, owls gotta live too. I'd rather have the owl. But, yeah, we started noticing like a week ago that, we haven't seen as many squirrels in the backyard as we used to. And we have like 4 trees back there, so it's like there's always squirrels. And I know we have dogs on all sides of the yard back there, but we still saw squirrels coming all over the place. And so the last week or two, we have not hardly seen any squirrels back there. They're in the front yard, but in the backyard, they're kind of gone. Well, I looked up in the tree one day, and of course, my girl dog, like I said, she loves to go out and bark and chase the squirrels, okay? She hasn't been able to chase the squirrels because she's been looking up and seeing the owl eat her squirrels. And she kept barking at the tree one day, and I just happened to glance. I'm like, you're not. I was thinking she was barking at the squirrel, okay? No, she's barking at the owl that's eating her squirrel. I looked up, and I'm like, oh. And I saw what it was doing, and I'm like, oh, so that's what's going on with the squirrel population. And I look up, and there's a great big old nest in there, and she's like hidden in the center of the tree that's going dead. I'm like, oh, we have a barred owl. Wait, that's not a good thing. I mean, it is a good thing because, I love owls. I'm loving it. I named it Hootie. And my neighbor over here on the other side of me, he's not too cool because he has the chickens and the ducks. And he's like, hey, he's like, I think it's kind of cool that, we're hearing an owl nearby. And I'm thinking, oh gosh, don't let him come after my owl. And he's like, I was like, yeah, we hear them quite regular. We have them, they're, it is really cool to hear them in the early morning when my hubby gets off and goes to work, and you can still hear him going, hoo, 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 hoo. It is, I really love it. So I'm not mad at the owl. You want to eat squirrels? Hey, you want to eat squirrels in the front yard? You go right ahead. Others will move in. I guarantee other squirrels will move in if you take out some of these squirrels. By all means, eat the squirrels. I love owls. Let them eat the squirrels. I don't care. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't say that. I would mind because I'd probably hear about it. But, if you want to go over there to the neighbor's house and get your chicken or duck dinner, I'm not going to crow about that either. Chickens got to eat, okay? Owls got to eat. But, yeah, there's that. So Sadie's kind of upset about the owl situation. I could care less. The owl won't attack the dogs. They're too big. Thankfully. Now, if they were my little French Chihuahuas, I might have a problem. But thankfully my Chihuahua buddies don't come over and visit. They stay at their house. But, they're having fox issues over there at their house. They're getting overrun by foxes. But, which are just about as adorable to watch. I was sitting on the front porch and they almost come right up to the front porch. I'm like, oh my gosh, they come so close. At my friend's house where I puppy sit, that's where the foxes are. So yeah, my friend has fox issues and bee issues, and I have owl issues now. So yeah, that's the story of what's going on around here. Also, last week, well, not last week, it may have been the week after because it's healed up by now, I think. I cut my finger pretty bad on a knife. My husband, while I was away, he sharpened my knives did not bother to tell me, and so I went to go in and cut something. I don't remember. This is like a week or two ago that it happened. It was when I was sick. I wasn't feeling good. Was using one of my knives to cut something and get something cooking or make something for me to eat. And I managed to slice my finger open. It hurt. And so I had to drive down to the hospital. I bandaged it up. I didn't call 911. It wasn't life-threatening. I just bandaged it up and was trying to drive and whatnot. And of course, hubby was not home. And so he hollered at me, and I was already at the hospital getting stitched up. And so he didn't get his supper that night. Oh, poor him. And he was calling me like, hey, you left food out. You know, where is my supper? Where are you? And what is the blood on the floor? I'm like, I don't know. I was like, hey, I got a question. And he's like, yeah, what is it? Where are you? I was like, I'm at the hospital. He's like, well, what are you doing there? I was like, I cut my finger open. I was like, by chance, did you happen to sharpen the knives and not tell me? He's like, well, yeah, I did. I couldn't cut it with the knife I had. So, yeah, I did sharpen the knives. I'm like, thanks for the warning. Yeah. So, about 10 days and a couple stitches later, I'm good to go. But, yeah, I was trying to wrestle with the Band-Aids and the... We have Band-Aids that they're Curads or whatnot. Curades brand. And they're clear, okay? So I was trying to wrap up with gauze and Band-Aids, and it just wasn't working. And blood was soaking through it because it needed stitches. It was deep. It was the deepest cut I've ever had, I think. And so I go in and rush to the hospital, which is just right down the road, so it's not far. Here I am with the kitchen towel and the gauze around my finger, and it's bleeding, and it's hurting, and the lady's like, can I help you? I was like, yeah, I need my finger. I cut my finger in the kitchen. I need a couple stitches. And she's like, okay. And she was taking down my information and got me back really quickly. I know sooner. I mean, it was still bleeding. It was bad. it was scary. And so before she even finished her intake info, they had me back and was taking a look at my finger. So kudos to the hospital system. When you go in there bleeding, they work with you pretty darn quick. But then while I was in there getting stitched up, my husband was texting me, and he was like, where are you at? Where's supper? Why is there blood on the floor? I'm like, I'm at the hospital. I'm getting stitched up. I'm fine, by the way. And the guy that's doing the stitching, he's just kind of chuckling, you know, because I'm on the phone. He's over there trying to stitch me up. And, you know, I was like, don't worry, I'll be home directly. This guy's stitching my finger back together. And I'm fine. I was like, but you're going to have to cook supper tonight. And the guy over here, he's like, no, you can't get it wet. I was like, you hear that? You got to do the dishes too. And the guy just starts chuckling. Clearly that guy's not married. He was a young, like, intern type thing, but, you know, it's like, yeah, clearly you're not married yet, dude. I was like, yeah, you hear that? You gotta do the dishes too. I can't get my hand wet. And he's like, oh, man. Okay, so I come home and I have this big old bandage on my finger. I couldn't hardly do anything, let alone diamond paint. And so, yeah, another reason I haven't been diamond painting is I was recovering from a hurt finger. Don't worry, I'm fine now. Obviously I'm back to diamond painting, but, you know, that's what's been going on in my life. What exciting news. Tell me an exciting story that's happened in your life. And while you're chatting with me, do the YouTube stuff down below. Like, share, subscribe. If you know someone that would like some good hillbilly stories, let them know that I'm here. I'm always taking new members, taking new subscribers. You know, Crafting with Lucretia over here on YouTube. Also, I've started a Facebook page. So I'm got the Facebook page too. So you can go Crafting with Lucretia over there on Facebook World and get in touch with me there. I am expecting some... I have another story to tell you. I am expecting some channel improvements, upgrades. Let me tell you about that. So my brother-in-law, with the camera that I'm on now, it was given to me by my brother-in-law, right? And about a year or two ago-ish, I don't know, but he gave me this nice tripod and the camera. And, you know, I was just starting my YouTube thing really good. And so I was like, oh yeah, my first upgrade, a new camera. Well, now he comes back and he wants said camera back. Okay, now here is a question for you. I'm not sure how to put this. You give somebody something. Say I give you, this is something of value. You know, even though it's just a thing of putty, but say I give you something of value, okay? I come after it a year later. Hey, do you still have that fancy pack of putty I gave you last year? Well, maybe I do, maybe I don't. You know, you could be using stuff, and I actually am using it right now to film this video. So, but look for new upgrades. My brother-in-law wants his camera back after like a year or two. And I'm like, you do realize I have a YouTube channel and I use it for recording, right? And he's like, well, no. I'm like, yeah, I actually use it. It's not just sitting on the shelf not doing anything. It's getting used a couple times a week. And I was like, I can't go without a camera because you're going to be killing my channel. So, in order to get his camera back, he is sending me an upgraded camera with a tripod. With a new tripod. So, we shall see. Watch for improvements in quality of pictures. Hopefully this one has a pause feature while I'm recording in here, and if the dogs start acting up, I can hit pause, and it just goes back to where I can come back and it's like nothing ever happened, right? And just pick up the show, and the show goes on. Hopefully it has that feature. I don't know. I didn't ask. Hubby's arranging this, and I was like, why are you guys after my camera? I use my camera. And he's like, oh, you're getting an upgrade. And I'm like, no. Yeah, Bubba needs his camera back. I'm like, he gave me said camera. Why is he wanting take-backs like 2 years later? I think that's kind of rude. So the question of the day, do you think it's rude that he's taking the camera back even though I'm getting an upgrade? Yes or no? Tell me your opinions, please, because it kind of ticks me off, and yet I'm also kind of like, oh, cool, I get an upgrade. But is he going to want that upgrade back in another year or two? And I'm like, is this going to be a habit that continues? Because if it is, I'll just go buy my own dang camera. You know? And be like, no, I bought this one. You can't have this one. So, yeah. I think he thought that we were going to use it for our church, which we weren't a part of at that point in time. We used to do video for the church I used to go to. And I think that's why Quentin thought it was being used at the church, because he's like, why is it at the house? I'm like, well, I don't know, but if it's at the church, we can't get to it anyway because we don't go there anymore. Now see, and here's where I need a pause button. Overlook them. Please overlook them. That would be nice where I'd have a pause button right about now. But anyway, I'm going to let you go in case I have to go open the door. But let me know down below what your thoughts is on the new camera, the brother-in-law issue, yada yada. Okay? I'm going to let you go because I don't know who's coming in the door. It's not one of my cameras, so I don't know what they're barking at. But anyway, I'm going to let you go like I do with try to do with every video. Do something nice for you, okay? The holidays are coming up. Stressful times are coming up. The life is stressful anyway, okay? Let's just say that. Life is stressful. Do something for you. Do something for your mental health, okay? It's a year-long thing. I'm going to be preaching it because it's important to me. You are important to me. You know, take care of yourself because no one else is going to do it but you. All right, I'm going to close. I will say goodbye. So goodbye. I will see you in the next one, hopefully with future upgrades. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.